what's happening. So this is the settings that I'm using on my Aplifi 150. I'm going to go through them. I'll stop at each page so you can see what each setting is. It looks like this is coming out a little blurry, so hopefully it'll fix. But right now, here's my noise gate. Let's see if I can make this thing focus a little bit. There we go. So there's the noise gate I'm using. It's got a threshold of minus 28 dB. Decay is 45%. I have no wah setting, so if I go to the stomp page, I'm using a stomp screamer. Drive is at 52%. Gain is all the way up. The tone is at 50%. Then my amp. And in here, it's the 1968 Plexi Variact, right? The drive is at 47. The bass is at 37. The mid is completely shut off. It's scooped out completely. The treble's at 90%. The presence is at 100%. And the volume is at 78%. Now, if I go into the cab setting, I'm using the cab 4x12 Brit V30. I have a 0 reflection. I'm using a 421 mic. Next is the compressor, and there my threshold is minus 17 dB, and my gain is at 6 dB. Then there's the EQ, and this is the 4-band semi-parametric EQ, starting from the low going up to the high. I got the shelf frequency, 468 Hertz. The low shelf gain is at 6.6 dB. The low-mid frequencies are at 50 Hertz. The low-mid gain is at 6.4 dB. The high-mid frequencies is at 5.1 kilohertz. The high-mid gain is at 2.2 dB. The high shelf frequency is 1.4 kilohertz. The high shelf gain is 2.4 dB. And at my volume, my minimum is at 0. My maximum is at 80. My delay, I'm using a digital delay at 103.8 beats per minute, and I'm using, what is that, 30-second notes? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't read music. The mix is at 13%. Assigned to pedal is set to no. Feedback is at 10%. Bass is at 100. The treble is at 50. Then over here I have a boost plus EQ pedal or stomp. The gain's at 50%. The bass is at 50%, the treble's at 51, the mid is at 62, and the mid frequency is at 66%. Lastly is the reverb. The reverb here, I'm using a vintage plate, and the decay is 52%. The pre-delay is 50%. The tone is 27%. The mix is 38%. So that's what I'm using to get the tone out of my Aplifi 150. So a couple people have asked me what I'm using, and that's what I'm using to do my videos. The preset that I made, I named it Meliora after the Ghost album, because I was trying to get their sound down to learn some of their tunes, because Ghost is one of my favorites, and Meliora is the greatest album ever. But yeah, that's the settings I'm using, so if you want to copy them and use them on your Aplifi 150, go for it. See ya.